Right, my beloved Madridistas, welcome back to Madrid and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Madrid on a very gloomy day. These days, the weather in Madrid matches the general state of mind of Madridismo, just kind of solemn and somber and gray. But okay, I wanted to sort of discuss, now that we have a few days off, the next match against Valencia is away from home on Sunday. So there are a few days we can kind of zoom out and think about everything that is sort of going wrong in the squad. And I thought it would be a cool idea. As you guys know, I read the comment section all the time. I really enjoy all the input that you guys provide. And a lot of the comments I think are super, super interesting. And I really enjoy hearing all these different points of view. And there was one subscriber that I noticed, sort of consistently made really interesting comments, and I thought it would just be fun to have him on to sort of get his opinion. So it's kind of an unconventional thing to do, but he's a really nice guy, and I thought had interesting things to say. So I thought I would invite him on to get his take. His name is Khalid, and he's joining me from, I don't know where he is, Saudi or China or something. But I had a really nice chat with him, and I wanted to share that with you. I asked him sort of a few questions about kind of where we are, individual players, formation, style, and kind of what is wrong with the team, and kind of how we get out of this mess. So I'm gonna leave you guys with my chat with Khalid, who was kind enough to join me on my channel. So I'll leave it here for you guys to enjoy. Thanks for joining me as always, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Love you all. Here's my chat with Khalid. All right, Madridistas, welcome back. As I mentioned, I'm really, really excited to have my friend Khalid on to discuss all of the things that are going wrong at Real Madrid, and it's always refreshing to get a new point of view. So Khalid, first of all, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, sir. It's a pleasure to be in your channel. Your channel is actually a reference for all of us Madridistas around the world in very short time, which shows a lot of value.
Well, I appreciate it, and it's thanks to all of you. So I'm really happy to have you on. So okay, I have 12 loaded questions, very tricky questions for you. But before we start, one thing I want to clarify, because I was reading the comment section and I'm getting so much grief from people. So 3 things I want to clarify. Number 1, people are telling me that I'm not critical enough of Jude. So the first thing I have to say to clarify is Jude is having a terrible year, and he's losing more balls than ever. He's not connecting well with the forwards. Whether he plays an 8 or a 10, he has not been playing well. So if I haven't been vocal enough about that, I apologize. I definitely take that point. I do like him as a player because of his characteristics, but if I haven't criticized him enough, I'm sorry. Yes, he deserves to be criticized as well. The second thing people are giving me crap about is that I criticized Arda the other day, and I only did it because he was protesting the substitution. Arda's a wonderful player, and I've complimented him many times in terms of his play, but I don't like it when players protest when they come off the pitch. I criticize Vini for doing it. I criticize Arda for doing it. I'll criticize any player that does that. So it's not exclusive to Arda. I think he's a wonderful player. And then third, people tell me, well, are you happy now? Xavi's gone and nothing is better. Are you happy? So I want to make it clear that, yes, I wanted Xavi out because he spent 7 or 8 months and nothing was getting better. So it just wasn't working. But I never said that he was the only problem. I said he was part of the problem. I've also criticized Florentino Perez and the players as well. So I wanted to clarify those 3 things first. Okay.
Right.
Now, more importantly, let's get to you, Khalid. The first question I want to ask you is, what do you think is the biggest single problem in our play? I know that we have a lot of issues, but what do you think is kind of one of the main problems in terms of our play?
2 words: structure and balance.
Yeah.
These 2 elements are actually very obvious to everybody. We are lacking a compact way of play. Our players, they don't have any chemistry between them, not because of the quality, it's because of the structure and balance. So I see this happening no matter what the formation, no matter who plays, there is something that we don't have called the structure. So every player has to do something new and has to, play individually to offset that. We lacking this because there is no mechanism and there is no structure. So I think it's fixable first, even with the current squad. It's fixable. But I think there are like details about that. But what I mean is, this is the two things I have been noticing since the start of the season, not only now, and maybe perhaps the last season too. So these two things: balance, structure.
And structure. And okay, and then so in that context and against that sort of backdrop, my second question would be, I think everybody's performing poorly, but which are the players that you think are performing the worst in your opinion? Which players are the most problematic right now? Well,
their status is very important in the context of this criticism, because I'm not gonna criticize Fran Garcia and expect from him as much I criticize Vinicius,
right?
And what I expect from him. So I think Vinicius from the starting 11s, I think he has been the lowest in his career. I believe, at least after he gained his confidence and all that. From the bench, it's Brahim Diaz. These two are not playing naturally like before. Like, I feel they are lacking something. They are not relaxed, and their decision making make you feel that they want to force it. They are not relaxed. Like when you see like Vinicius before 2 years, he was very relaxed. He was like so sure about his pass, so sure about his shooting and dribbling. This time you think like he has like he wants to do two things in one time. He's not at his own level. So I will go with Vinicius for this kind of.
I also think I've also been very disappointed with Mastantuono in the last couple of interventions. He had 25 good minutes in the Monaco match? I'm trying to remember. He started one match very well, but the last two participations, I think he's been very, very poor as well.
I think if you like, you are right, Mastantuono, but I wouldn't criticize Mastantuono much because he's in adaptation phase. He just arrived. Also his age. So, but Vinicius and Brahim Diaz, they have been here for a while. So they are more experienced.
But you're right about Mastantuono, right? And so now, in terms of style of play, when Xavi was around, he would sometimes alternate between a 4-4-2 and a 4-3-3. And Ancelotti almost always, he played a lot of 4-3-3s. What do you think we would be better off playing with 4 midfielders, or would you continue to play with 3 forwards?
Look, the problem with our squad now is during the match, especially in the biggest match, the team stretched too much. You see a lot of space between the defense and the forwards, and all the teams, especially the big teams, play in that weakness that we have. So what I think is we need to condense the midfield, overload it, and we have done this in the Clasico, and it worked. And it worked. Alonso, after in the press conference, he said we could not, lose the midfield in this game. So even him, by his own standards. So the problem we have here is why do we stretch too much? There is a reason for it. First, we have the players and profiles that don't fit together. At the same level. You can tell me that we have an 8. Ceballos is an 8. Jude is an 8. They play him forward 10. But what the problem is, I'm talking about the big matches. I'm not talking about the medium matches where you play Rayo Vallecano or this kind of games. I'm talking about big matches. The problem is not only the profiles,
We have the profile. The problem is also the quality. When you play Ceballos against Real Betis, he will play brilliantly. He will be amazing. Just play him against Arsenal or Manchester City.
Yeah,
it's the problem, and I think that's why you see Alonso sometimes he tried to play Jude and as an 8 and Bellingham as an 10. He tried to alternate between them because he knows that we want them to be like used to this formation, and they get as much as time between them. So I think that's why we don't use the bench. That also applies on Ibrahim Diaz. And also Ceballos. We have a problem in the bench. In the past, when we have Isco in the bench, we have Gareth Bale in the bench. They can
Gareth Bale, Isco.
Isco. We have assets. They can replace the starters like that. So this is what I think. What we have when we stretch too much, what we gotta do actually to fix this, at least theoretically, in theory. Just condense the midfield. Condense it. I don't know. I don't care who plays. Just condense it for now.
The distance. I've noticed that too. That sometimes the distance between the lines is too big, and that makes it very, very. You lose the ball very easily. You have to be a little bit more compact.
Right. They are one.
And the players coming off the bench are not the kind of players that take over a match with authority. No, I think it's true. And I think in really big matches, like you say, in very important matches, I think it's important to play a 4-4-2 and to make sure that you secure the midfield, don't lose the ball, protect the ball, have more possession, and make sure you don't lose the midfield. I think, it's important to sort of alternate. But I think, with the 4-3-3, I agree with you. The distance gets too big and we seem a little bit hollow in the middle of the pitch. I think we can, and it requires the forwards to do a lot of running because you need everybody to run back and help. And if the forwards don't do it, then there's no chance of playing a decent match. So I think the 4-3-3 works, but I agree with you that in the difficult matches, we should, probably stack the middle of the pitch. But let me ask you this, and this was the fourth thing I was going to ask you is, because there's a lot of debate about, the forwards, who plays in what position, who's better on the right. Which three forwards would you play? If you play a 4-3-3, what three forwards would you play?
So because I want to condense the midfield, I want to play only with two forwards.
Only two forwards,
because we have Vinicius, individually amazing, and we have Mbappe. So what I think is, if we condense the midfield, if we play 3-4-1-2, okay? I think this way you can have more flexibility, and also Mbappe and Vinicius, they can play centrally or they can play wide.
Or they can play wide,
in the middle, you can add a third forward, which can be Arda Güler. Behind them, or Rodrigo. This way, if you have more width, and you have Valverde on the right, and you have Camavinga on the left, and in the middle, if you have Tchouameni and you have Bellingham, then you have a lot of midfielders they are very good with the ball. So I don't know, they did it. It's just in my mind. I didn't see Real Madrid play it. I thought Alonso would play like this.
I thought so too.
He like everybody.
I thought so too, because he started with. I remember in the first matches he would play with three. He did what you said, which is 3-4-1-2. Right. And that worked for a little while. He was playing with three center backs and then really packed the midfield. And then I think Arda as a number 10, Brahim can do it too. But I think that's a good idea. And if you only play with two forwards, there's more space up front and they have more space to run into. I'm curious. Arbeloa hasn't done it yet, but I wonder if he'll experiment with that, because in the first few matches with Xavi, it seemed to work a little bit. So I don't know if
and we have we have the players for it. You can play Rodrigo in the middle behind Vinicius.
You
can do Arda. You can do Bellingham. You can. I think we have the manpower for this formation. In theory, I think it works.
It should. And also the idea of Tchouaméni and Jude, or Camavinga and Jude as sort of in that defensive midfield position, a little bit further back in front of the defense. That's not a bad idea because they both have a lot of muscle, and they can both distribute, and Jude can distribute quite well. I mean,
and Arda can play at 10.
And then leave Arda as a 10. I agree. I think Arda should play as a 10 because the best matches that Arda has played have been with him as a 10, feeding balls to Kylian because he's a very good passer, and he's got a very quick release, and his passing is very accurate. No, I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense. And to leave Jude as an 8 with a little bit more muscle, so I think that makes a huge amount of sense. And well, let me ask you a kind of broader question that a lot of people, when we try to think about what is wrong, and there are so many different theories, and some people think that the problem is Vini, some people think that Kylian should be playing on. Some people think that the arrival of Mbappe is the reason that everything kind of became, like you say, it became unbalanced. Do you think that Kylian's arrival has destabilized the team?
In the beginning, yes. In the beginning only. And you remember, before Mbappe's arrived, we only, that year, we only won the King Cup, right? Only one. Yeah. We got 4 from Man City. Yeah. We didn't win the league, so we were going down anyway. So we need a player like a scorer, a finisher from Mbappe. We cannot just rely on Vinicius and Rodrigo. We know that they are not natural scorers. So in the beginning, yes, it caused imbalance. But now, no, he became such an asset. So no, I think, and also we have coaching. We have geniuses, Ancelotti and Alonso. If they cannot fix this, I think we can.
Yeah, then who's going to do it? Yeah,
who's going to do it? So.
And by the way, would you experiment with Kylian on the left or Kylian on the right? Is that something you would try?
Mbappe on the right, he got World Cup to France.
Yeah.
And on the left, he got a hat-trick. He can play both. Hat-trick in the final, against Argentina on the left. Yeah. So he can play both. Yeah. To be honest, the more I think about it, because Vinicius played better on the left and maybe not much on the right. So there can be some sacrifices. But I believe if they just play together, and we can build the team around that. We can. I think Real Madrid has to do this because they have 2 incredible individual talent up front. Nobody can copy them. They are the best in the world.
Yeah, I mean the quality is there. Yeah.
Why don't we use them? The third one is an issue. Whether it's Rodrigo, it's an issue. Whether it's Mastantuono, it's an issue. Arda, the third one is an issue. It's not these 2. So why play 3 at least this season? At least.
Yeah. No, I hear you because Kylian, I think, has the ability to. But look, it's very hard to criticize Kylian because he's playing. He's scoring a ton of goals as a number 9, and that's what you want your number 9 to do. So it's very difficult to criticize him. But I do understand that. It does kind of displace things a little bit because Vini. It seems like Vini is always going to play on the left. It seems like that's not negotiable. So somehow they, we talk about moving all the other pieces, but we never talk about moving Vini. For some reason, he seems like he's just firmly stuck in that position. But let me ask you something else, because some people think that Kylian arriving was kind of the big destabilizing problem. Other people think that the big destabilizing problem is Vini. That he's too distracting, that yes, he's a wonderful player and he had a really good year. And yes, he can still do amazing things and score great goals, but he's so distracting because he's always complaining to the other player. He's always involved in some sort of, his mind is always elsewhere. So do you think, first of all, would you renew Vini or would you let him go?
Let's take the big picture. We have Vinicius, one of the best of the world. We have Mbappe, maybe the best in the world. The issue with Vinicius, with all the things that you have said, is that I don't think he accepts that he's number 2 now. This is the issue. Look, the way I look at it is, it's a Vigo and Zidane. Vigo is a Vinicius. Zidane
Yeah.
is a Mbappe. Remember, when Zidane came, before that, Vigo had Ballon d'Or.
I remember. Yeah.
But when Zidane came, it's just different. Yes, maybe there's maybe they play in different position, which makes it easier, right? But I think Vinicius is kind of nervous because of his contract, his status, his long-term contract with Real Madrid. I think if you add everything together, he's not normal because he has been substituted before. With Ancelotti, with Zidane, he didn't cause issue. I think
he didn't cause all this. Yeah.
No. But once the Real Madrid administration convinced him that he's very valuable star, amazing. I don't want to sell him because who you're gonna substitute him with?
You could but the idea would be that maybe you put Kylian on the left, and then you play with a natural number 9.
Who's the natural number 9? Who's worth it?
Now it would have to be Gonzalo or someone like that. But the thing is that the club has spoken to Vini many times. Like I know this because I follow all the kind of inside gossip here. They've spoken to Vini many times, and they've said to him, please concentrate on the match. Stop getting involved with the public and the ref, and they've told him so many times to just please focus and concentrate, but he can't help it. It's like the story of the scorpion and the frog. Like he can't help it. Is who he is. So I find it very distracting at times.
You are right, absolutely right. The ball in his court, he has to accept it. He has to accept the salary that they are giving him. The new contract, he has to accept his status. He's a star. He's not an all-timer. Mbappe is an all-timer. Okay. Vinicius is not there. So
I agree. I think Kylian is still a step above. Especially in finishing. In finishing, Kylian is much more consistent. Vini will score amazing goals, but then he'll do something really, he'll score an amazing goal, but then the next 4 plays, he'll do something really crazy in the final third. I think Kylian is a much more consistent, goal scorer. Let me ask you, this is all stuff that people are constantly asking about. So I've expressed my view that I think that Arda should play a 10 always, and I think that Jude should play an 8. Do you agree with that? Where would you play Jude?
Yes, I agree. Jude is an 8 in Dortmund. He was an 8. The Ancelotti's experiment changed them to a very successful 10. To be honest, very successful 10. So it's an issue, to be honest. Not easy because he add value as a 10. He can crush it, he can crush the box and score a lot of goals.
Yeah, he can.
The problem is we have Arda Güler, and he's way much creative than him.
I think so too.
As a 10, and if you want to keep Arda Güler, you have to play him as a 10. If you
as a 10,
as a 10, and he has no luxury to play as an 8, or he will risk his future with Real Madrid. And I think if there is a way to put the midfield together in such a way they can play together, bringing Bellingham back as a midfield, as a number. I think further back. I think they can do it. And also one more thing, Bellingham has to settle. He cannot just keep switching from 8-10, 8-10. I think he needs to settle. He can be the Kroos or Modric of this team. He can carry the ball. He can distribute. He's very strong. He can tackle. He can cross. So why can't he just settle?
And he needs, like you say, he needs consistency to play in the same position all the time. But one of the problems is they say in the inner circles, the gossip is that he doesn't like to play the 8. So that he can do it, and he does it well. Not this year he's not playing very well, but he can do it. But they say that he's not happy there. That he likes to go up the middle. And so I think this is a problem that we have throughout the whole squad. We have players that are playing, but they're not playing. They're not playing where they want, So everyone is sort of a little unhappy. And Arda wants to play 10. Arda doesn't want to play in the back. He doesn't want to play on the wing. Sometimes he doesn't mind playing the right wing. but I don't think that's for him. But Jude, they say, this is what they say, that Jude really doesn't like to play the 8. But I think that he should, and I think that he should do it every match so that he just gets used to it. And we don't have to have this debate all the time. I think it makes sense to me. So I think they just have to get used to playing. Kylian didn't want to play a 9, but he has to get used to it. Jude doesn't want to play an 8, but he's got to get used to it. So,
right.
So, I mean, okay, we agree on that, where Jude and Arda should play. Now, if we look at the whole kind of situation, the mess that we're in with the players that we brought and everything, I mean, who do you think is responsible for where we are? Is it Florentino's fault? Is it the players? A lot of people criticize the players because they're not playing with enough concentration and intensity. Some people think it's the players' fault. Some people think that we just need the right manager. Other people think it's Florentino's fault because he brought all these players and they don't fit. Where, if you had to blame somebody for the current situation, who would you blame?
I think all to blame, but mostly Florentino Perez. I think he was responsible for the recruitment, for the strategy, and for the new coach assigning. I think when you tell the world that Alonso will be here and he has a project for a couple of years, and then at the same time you sack him within 6 months. I mean,
welcome to Madrid. Welcome to Madrid.
This shows that I think there is a problem with the vision. I think they will not succeed in convincing everybody about the vision. Everybody has his own vision. The players want something, Alonso wants something, the administration wants something. There is no common goal. And if everybody wants to do whatever he wants and put his priority, his personality, his personal gains first, then I think we'll have a lot of problems, not only with Vinicius. There will be another case. As you said, and now Bellingham, he wants to play as a 10. So there will be another case, and then Mastantuono will be next. And then we need a common vision. We need to explain the players that if you're Real Madrid, you have to give up something to give something. This is Real Madrid. It gives you status that you will never, ever imagine. You will not take it anywhere from anybody.
Yeah.
So I think that the management, Florentino and his management, I think they have to take a break and try to unify the team around the vision, not the personal interest. So and from there, I think if they have common interest, nobody will complain about substitution. Nobody will go to the media and say, I don't want to play here, I want to play there. We'll have more peace to focus on football.
That's the way it should be. I mean, you expect, because this is all very unusual. I mean, to have players that are constantly complaining, I mean, it's very unusual. But I agree with you that at the end of the day, it comes down to Florentino Perez and the management team. They're the ones that decide who comes. They're the ones that decide, because even when Alonso had his little problem with Vini, and Vini protesting the substitution, the management could have given Xavi the power. They could have said to Xavi, don't listen to Vini. I don't care if he cries. Sit him in the next match. This is unacceptable. You have all the power. But I don't think they did that. I think that the management almost backed Vini, and I think that took power away from Xavi. And then Xavi was left a little bit like a king with no authority. And I think that undermined him a little bit. But that's why I think a lot of these things do come from the top. Not just the players not just the players you bring, but the order and the hierarchy of who's in charge. That also comes from the top. And I don't think Florentino's done a very good job of making it clear who has the power and who needs to obey who. And I think it's one of the reasons that Xavi didn't work out, is that he was undermined by the management team. He didn't have the support that he needed to be able to whip the players into shape, So I kind of agree with you. Florentino, is pretty responsible for that too. Okay, let me ask you this: in terms of, if you had to sell 2 players to buy 2 players, what 2 players would you sell? And well, you don't have to tell me what players would come unless you have ideas in mind, but what positions would you reinforce? But first of all, who would you sell? What 2 players would you get rid of?
From the bench, it will be Brahim Diaz and Ceballos.
And Ceballos.
They are
So
blocking-
Brahim, you're more critical of Brahim than most people, I think.
because he's mature. He's supposed to be a star.
Yeah.
And we don't see that. And he's not going anywhere. I think he kind of relaxed like Isco.
Yeah.
Isco was going like this
Isco.
after 2017. He went like that because he relaxed.
True.
So Brahim Diaz, at least he earned it. He did something for Real Madrid. But Brahim Diaz is just like hanging out.
Yeah. No, that's a fair point. It's a reasonable comparison with Isco as well. So Isco and Ceballos, and then would you bring? I think we need to bring a central defender, like come hell or high water. Rudiger and Militao, these guys are getting old, and
they're leaving. Alaba is going, and Rudiger is going. We need a defense. We need a defender, and we also need two midfielders.
Two midfielders.
We have enough forwards. We have Endrick, we have Gigi, we have Mbappe, we have Vinicius, Rodrigo. That's more than enough to But in the middle, we lack something. And I see some accounts like they were referring to this Dutch kid, 18 years old, Keith Smith. I see
I heard that
highlight, but I wouldn't expect player 18 years old to solve our problems. We need more experienced players. I think we need two. Who are they? I don't know, because all the targets, the elites are not for sale. Vitinha, Fernandes are not for sale. So to be honest, I don't know who to buy.
Vitinha would be so good. Vitinha is the type of player that we need. I think we need a Vitinha. Like, man, like a player with those characteristics, like a Pedri. I mean, Arda has some of those qualities, but Arda he's a better passer. But in terms of sort of progressive carries and kind of more mobility, Vitinha would be amazing. But there's no way in hell we're going to get him.
That would be
I mean, PSG, they'll never, because PSG they don't even care about money. You can offer them 300 million. They'll tell you to F off. So, so it's not money, but so you would bring in another creative midfielder then. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think we need two. One or two at least. If
who else is out there? I mean, Vitinha really sticks out in my mind. I'm trying to think who else could fit that role.
Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea.
Yeah,
he's a baller. We have also an Al Hilal team. They have Robin Neves, experienced, 28 years old. I think he's ready.
Yeah,
very good distributors. Under pressure is good. So Savage from Al Hilal also, and many other players. But there is no well to buy. I'm not sure Real Madrid still want to break their strategy, signing new very superstar or a youngster. So I'm not expecting them to sign this kind of players unless they are in the last year of their contract. So it will be it will be a challenge to find someone who can be a starter, because you are looking for a starter. We have a substitute. We have Ceballos. We don't need to sell him. If we're gonna find like someone with his level, there are too many. But to find a starter like who can stay in Real Madrid 10 years, 8 years like Modric is very hard.
Very difficult. Yeah, because a lot of players, they also grow when they come to Madrid, because when Toni Kroos came to Madrid, he was a wonderful player, but he didn't achieve this level. He did that in Madrid. So we need to bring a player that maybe they're not totally established, but they have the potential to develop and become one of these leaders. Do you think the way that the year is going, do you think we win anything this year?
For those who watch Real Madrid for a long time, Real Madrid is less predictable than a stock market. So,
true.
So Real Madrid can surprise. Who would have thought we would win like I think the 13th or the 14th Champions League? We were like in very bad shape.
The 14th was the most incredible thing I've seen.
Yeah, and also
sports.
the ninth. The eighth one with Del Bosque, Real Madrid was 5th in the league. 5th. And we played 1999. and we
in 90 in 98 it was against Juve, and you're right, that year the 1-0 with Mijatovic, that 1998 we were playing terribly. Terribly at home, terribly. Yeah.
Also 1999 when Raul dribbled Canizares.
Yeah.
People don't know, Real Madrid at this game, they played with 5 defenders. We played 5-3-2 and we won 3-0 against Valencia. And Real Madrid was 5th in the league. So Real Madrid is unpredictable. For this reason, I think we can win something. I think these players can turn it around like this. I think maybe if Arbeloa just figure out this midfield thing, I think they can come back and at least win the league, because Barca is not the scary Barca of 2009 and 8, and we just won 1 point behind them. I think when everybody make the sacrifice, we can win. We have seen this with Cabello with Real Madrid, with Diarra and Emerson. They were not creative, they were physical. Real Madrid can win, whether with physicality, with technique, with long-term coach, short-term coach, superstars, average player. Real Madrid, what I like about Real Madrid, they can win. They can win regardless.
They know how to win.
You don't know. It just happens. So don't get against Real Madrid.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, and we've seen turnarounds in the past, and we have the quality. I mean, if you just look at the players on paper, we have enough. Okay, maybe we're missing. We need another central defender, and maybe we could use another creative midfielder. But if you look at the players we have, it should be more than enough to compete and play very well. So it's just a matter of getting this to gel and getting it to stick. And maybe we just need more continuity, like you say. Maybe we need to be more continuous. Keep Arda as a 10 every match. Keep Jude as an 8 every match. Have a system where you play a 4-3-3 in certain matches. In other defensive matches, you may be a 4-4-2, but everybody is on the same page and everybody knows what is expected of them, what position they need to play in, and what to be, because I think this kind of generalized unhappiness is not good for anybody. I think everybody needs to be on the same page. But in terms of the quality of players, we have the quality of players.
We have it.
Yeah, maybe there is,
and it's fixable. We won Champions League with Valverde as a right winner. We won. So Real Madrid, I think there is a hope with the Real Madrid, because they can surprise you. And our players have very high quality. We have very good players. Like if you sell, their prices are very high. So it's doable. We have to just support Arbeloa and Florentino, Vinicius. The whistling. I don't know. Some people, they like it because it makes them feel good. I know. I think they have all the right to do it. I think, it's his performance was not good. But I think when there is a game and we score in Champions League against Arsenal or Man City, the Bernabeu will support every single our players. Of course. They are real. They are real. They are not fake. They are real. So. So I think we can win something this season.
We can turn it on. Well, on that very positive note, on that optimistic note, I think this is a great place to leave it.
All right.
But listen, very interesting comments, and I've enjoyed following your comments on the channel, and I'm obviously very grateful for your support as a viewer of my channel, but also very grateful for the input that you provide, and obviously thank you very much for joining us. So I thought it was really, really interesting. So Khalid, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it, my friend, and hopefully we can do it again soon.
Hopefully. It's been a pleasure, sir, and thank you for having me again.
Awesome. Thank you, my friend. We'll see you soon.
See you.
All right, guys, that's it for now. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you in the next video, and as always, Ala Madrid.